Okay. In case you don't know us two gentlemen here, I'm Dave Larkin,
And I'm Jay Strickland.
and we are your advisors for Phi Theta Kappa, and our job is, I'm not sure what our job is.
So it probably says somewhere.
It does somewhere. I think our job is, so we're doing our job.
Yeah.
So, but Phi Theta Kappa is the honor society for two-year college students. If you have a GPA of 3.5 or higher and taken 12 credit hours or more here, then you qualify for membership in Phi Theta Kappa. And if you paid your dues online, then you're good as far as membership is concerned, and you are a member for life, unless you really, really goof off and you let your GPA slip down below 3.0, and then we have to kick you out. And
3.0?
3.0, cumulative.
I'm worried about statistics.
Well, now, it's not 3.0 for one semester, it's 3.0 for your whole grade point average. So if your grade point average drops from a 3.5 to a 3.0, one class is not gonna make that difference. That meant you goofed off for a couple semesters and got Ds and Fs in those classes, then we got a problem. So one class should adjust.
Then we got to hold an intervention anyway. So.
Exactly. It's kind of like Jehovah's Witnesses. We have to have a special meeting and we go through a whole bunch of stuff. It's not pretty, so don't do it. Excuse me. So we have a president of our chapter. Her name is Paula Vaughn, and she's on the Paris campus, and she is very, very gung-ho and very, very active, and she's getting a lot of stuff going. That's the good news. The other side of the coin is, since she's on the Paris campus, it's not necessarily something that all of that has transferred to these campuses.
Mhm.
Is that fair to say that?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. What we need to do, we have 5 members here. I guess that constitutes a quorum.
Yes.
I have no idea how many members we're supposed to have, so we're gonna say 5 is quorum. We need to elect someone who would be willing to serve as vice president for this campus. So, is anyone interested in serving as vice president for the Greenville campus for Phi Theta Kappa? The main thing, responsibility for that would be to pretty much contact Paula and get on her email list and talk to her and say, okay, this is what we're doing in Greenville, what do you want us to be doing? And keeping in touch with her and letting her know what we're up to and seeing if what we're doing is in line with what they have as a vision for this program. So it's not a whole lot of things. If, as vice president, if you are itching to have leadership capability and leadership whatever, speaking for myself, and maybe for Jay as well, we would gladly allow our vice president to run our meetings.
Mm-hmm.
So if as vice president, if you would like to have the experience of getting in front of people and leading meetings, you can do that as well, although that is not a requirement of the job. But again, the main thing that the vice president would be doing would be keeping in touch with the Sulphur Springs and the Paris campuses, campuses,
I think campuses.
whatever the plural campus is, and making sure that what we're doing is in line with the rest of the program. So is anybody interested in being vice president? You would like to be? Okay. Would someone like to nominate? What is your name?
Sarah.
Sarah.
I'll nominate you guys.
I nominate Sarah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Do we have a second?
No.
Okay. Do we have any further nominations on the floor?
Sounds like a landslide to me.
It sounds like it. I guess, though, to follow
I was
Robert's
really
Rules of
worried
Order,
about that.
then we have to say, do we have a motion to close the nominations? So moved. Second? All right. All those in favor of Sarah being our vice president, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Congratulations.
Polls were in favor.
So, and that's something from now on you can put on your resume, and it's good. And it's something that, especially if we do some stuff, it will help you get better possibility of scholarship offers. Because they look and they say, oh, you're vice president of the chapter? That means you're like extra, extra special. Everybody is extra special.
Yeah, you are.
Okay, all of you are extra special. but that makes her extra, extra special. And so, if you would do me a favor,
Yeah.
Paula Vaughn is our president on the Paris campus. There is her phone number, and that is a web address for Phi Theta Kappa for all of us.
Awesome.
So if you would give her a call and tell her that you have just been elected as vice president on the Greenville campus, and then see what she says.
Should we do it right now?
No.
Or just later?
Just later, yes. What's your last name, sir?
Christopher.
Christopher, okay.
Two first names.
Yeah, did you join this last year or?
It was at the end of the fall semester.
Okay.
Okay,
I
cool.
went to one of the meetings in Paris.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Excellent, excellent. So, that's cool, that's good. Excellent, welcome.
Thank you.
So I guess we have to call you Madam Vice President now.
What? Do I get a gavel?
We have one.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Yes.
If you'd like it, we will break out the gavel.
Can I carry it with me at all times?
No,
No.
no,
That's fine.
no. And we probably have to appoint a sergeant at arms, whose job it will be is to carry the gavel through the hallway and bring the gavel to the
And
meeting.
carry my backpack.
And then the secretary or the sergeant at arms would then have to carry the gavel back to its resting place until the next meeting.
I'm okay with that.
Okay, we might have to do that.
Okay.
Um,
Did you wear black gloves?
no, not quite that bad. Excuse me.
Hey, while we're at it, why don't we update our
Create.
email? Put your name and your email address on there.
Yes. The main thing that we're doing, and this is something, the Paris campus has worked on this. We haven't. So I'm gonna get in trouble for this, I know it. But we have, it's called Honors in Action. It's a big kind of project that we're working on. They pretty much have picked the topic that we're doing, and tomorrow night on the Paris campus, I think it's at 6:30. I
6:30.
think 6:30 on the Paris campus. They are hosting a meeting where the Honors in Action topic is on healthcare and the advances on the frontier of healthcare. And they're going to be having a meeting on their campus where they're bringing in a couple of doctors and others to talk about advances. Neither one of us are going to be able to make that meeting. It's not a requirement, but if you'd like to go to the Paris campus tomorrow night, you're more than welcome to. But that might be something to talk with Paul and see how she wants us to try to jump in and help with what has already been started, how we can jump in and help. I noticed you didn't sign. Are you not gonna?
Yeah, I just came to class.
Oh, okay. Well, are you eligible for Phi Theta Kappa member? Maybe?
Possibly.
Possibly, okay. Well, we want you. We're like Uncle Sam, we want you. So,
I nominate you as a member.
no, I can't do that. You don't have that kind of power.
We're not a cult, but we're close.
Exactly. So, need to talk with Paul and see what we need to do as far as Honors in Action and how we can help get on board with that. The other thing, we'd like to do something, we've done it on the Paris campus, and we kind of sort of possibly did it here. It's called C4. And C4 is a Phi Theta Kappa big move. It's called college completion, and there are 4 C's that it stands for. It's completion, something, 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 and something. So that's what the 4 C's stand for. But it's a C4 campaign, and it's to encourage students to stay at junior college and get their associate's degree. Because the statistics show, and
Thank you.
from government, et cetera, statistics lie. But statistics show that students who stay and get their associates tend to do better than the students who just get a certain number of credits here and then transfer to another school. Because if nothing else, if you have your associate's degree, they can't take that away from you. So if life happens and you have great intentions of going to a 4-year school and completing and getting your bachelor's degree, if you don't finish your associates, and then you don't finish your bachelor's, then you end up with a whole bunch of credits that may or may not count for anything. And then you got to start all over again. But if you have your associates, that 60 plus hours that you have can never be taken away from you, and you can always start at that level. So Phi Theta Kappa is trying to do something where they're trying to get students to know that type of information and to be enthused about staying, and then they do something where they have a pledge card where students can sign, and this is any student. They can pledge and say, yes, I want to complete my associate's degree, I will work towards that, and we have a big celebration about that. So we want to do something this semester where we'll set up a table, probably in the lobby area, and we'll ask members of Phi Theta Kappa to be at the table for half hour or so and try to sign students up for the C4 program. Now, this is C4 college completion, not C4 explosives. We do not condone the use of explosives in school settings, just for the record. So that's one thing we'd like to do. This is something probably as Madam Vice President, you get a big say in this. We in the past, the city of Greenville has a pretty awesome thing connected with Halloween. And it's Halloween on the square. And this year Halloween is on a Friday, which is awesome. What they do on Halloween on the square is in the afternoon, right between 3 and 5. It's on the square, and different organizations set up tables and booths. And we could make a game if we wanted to, or we just dress up in Halloween costumes and we pass out candy to the little kids. And it's a safe way for the little kids to get sick on as much candy as they can carry. And it's a safe way for them to trick or treat so they don't go through the neighborhoods at night and maybe be exposed to something that's not appropriate. But we've done that a couple years, and it's
keep them out of my neighborhood.
It's something that I think if just to throw that out, we do not have to do it, but I think that would be a fun.
We've done it before, so.
That sounds like fun.
Okay, so that's something that we can work on and think about if that's something that we want to do again. What was the other thing? Don't get old, your mind's just.
Yeah.
Weren't you guys working on a research paper or?
Yeah, that's that research and honors and action.
Honors and action.
That's what we need to get in touch with the Paris campus on and see where we're going with that, what we can do to try to help them, what they need us to do. So if you will, for next week, talk to Paula and see what we need to be doing, how we can help with that, how we need to get on board and play nice with others. The other thing, how are you, sir?
I'm doing fine. My name's Jonathan. I was told that I can attend this meeting. I plan
I
to.
invited him.
Oh, good.
So,
Then you're welcome.
Okay. Yeah, I plan to be part of this organization. I just got my 3.5 GPA, and I have my over 15 hours of
Excellent.
credit. So
You're qualified then. Yeah, great. I'm David, and you know Jay. So welcome aboard. Hope to see you as many Wednesdays as you can make it.
okay.
The other thing that I know of, and this is something that, this is bad that this is being recorded because it's going to come out this way. This is something as a government instructor I kind of got asked to do, if you know what I mean. On September 17th, that's 3 Wednesdays I think from now. It's a Wednesday. But September 17th, to all of you who are taking history and government, you should know this. What is September 17th? And don't say a Wednesday in September.
Early election.
No? Good guess, though.
Something with the Constitution?
Opening day of college football.
No, that's his Thursday. He actually got it. It's Constitution Day. It's the anniversary of when our Constitution was signed. So on September 17th, we are going to do a Constitution Day festivity.
Can we dress like old people like we're the ones?
Sure. I don't have to dress up like an old person. I can just come. But we're going to, on the 17th, we are going to play Constitution Jeopardy. So we have a Jeopardy game with questions on the Constitution. And I've been told by the Paris campus that they're going to help us arrange for some prizes for the first and second place. And it's a online Jeopardy game, and you can have up to 10 teams. So I'm thinking teams of 2 or 3 people. And it keeps score for up to 10 teams on that, and we just go through the questions, and we'll have the teams write down their answers, and whichever team scores the highest, of course, wins the first prize, the second prize, etc. So we're going to do that on September 17th at 12:30 in room 125. And kind of in conjunction with that, November 4th is the next election, general election. So we'll be electing our next governor, our next lieutenant governor, etc. So between now and October 4th, we will be having a voter registration drive on this campus. I am going on Monday down to the election office to become a certified election coordinator. So I'll have to go through an hour-long worth of training. If anybody is interested and you would like to be an election drive coordinator, I'm leaving at 4 o'clock on next Wednesday to go down to the election office to get the training. You're welcome to come with me if you'd like to, so you can be a certified election coordinator. Excuse me, election drive coordinator. So I have no idea what all the legal ramifications are. It's something where when people fill out the voter registration cards, we have to certify that they are who they say they are, that type of thing. So we will be having a voter registration drive on this campus, probably starting September 4th.
Okay.
And it'll go from September 4th to October 4th. And the reason why we've got to stop it on October 4th is you cannot register someone to vote less than 30 days before the election. So if you want to, even if you are not a certified election coordinator, you can still be at the table and help people fill out their cards. So we're going to do a voter registration drive on this campus as well. Those are the things that I have as far as what we're doing. And yes, sir.
Did you mention the meeting on Friday?
No.
Okay, there is supposed to be a meeting of all 3 campuses Friday, September 5th. So it's going to be held in Sulphur Springs, at the Sulphur Springs campus.
You know what time?
It's at 10 o'clock.
In the morning?
Yes.
Oh, definitely.
We're partying all night.
You said 10 a.m.
Yep.
Yes, uh-huh.
in that conference room?
Yeah, probably so.
Probably. So it is not a requirement. Now, maybe for the vice president it might be, but it is not a requirement for members to be at that meeting. But if you'd like to be at the meeting and see what's going on all 3 campuses, that's a great opportunity to meet people on the other campuses. This is the first time that we've tried this, and maybe 3 of us at this meeting, and maybe 100. Probably closer to the 3, but we'll have that meeting, and it'll be a chance to try to again coordinate what's going on all the campuses. Yes, ma'am.
Do we have to follow certain rules for the things that we do in this organization?
As far as
Like say you wanted to do some type of drive or something like that, do you have to do what other campuses do?
no. So if we wanted to do a food drive, we can do a food drive. We've done a food drive on this campus for around Thanksgiving a couple of times, and it's been we've donated to the fish ministries or to Women in Need. So we've done that 2 or 3 times.
Yes.
And the last time we did it, I think we had about 2,000 canned food items.
So,
Now, the major reason why we got that many is that a certain advisor / instructor offered bonus points to all of his classes for canned food items, and it's amazing when you offer bonus points. People participate. and when there were 4 classes of about 30 students in each class, and you said bring 5 food items, we got a lot of food items. So we can do something like that. The only thing we're restricted on is fundraising. We cannot hold our own fundraisers. That has to be cleared and made sure that the fundraising is in line with Paris Junior College policy.
Do we get any money to do stuff?
We have a budget, and there's a budget that would allow us that if we wanted to, I should have this date memorized and I don't, which means I'm a bad advisor, even though I've been doing this for 7 years now. The first week in November is Phi Theta Kappa anniversary week. The first Phi Theta Kappa was created on a campus in Missouri. And I should know the college name and I don't.
Yeah, I've forgotten it too.
Yeah, but it was created on a college in Missouri on November 5th, somewhere in there. And we are encouraged to hold a Phi Theta Kappa week, and if we wanted to buy a quarter sheet cake and with Phi Theta Kappa happy birthday on it and pass it out to students, we're welcome to do that.
That's usually around that time, we usually have our orientation where we invite people in who have received letters from the college that they are eligible for membership in Phi Theta Kappa. And, we have a little thing where we have a little presentation and we have some snacks and stuff like that. So usually right around that time we do that, and not too long after that is the official induction ceremony.
But if we want to do something where we want to bring in food or whatever for a meeting,
I'm all for food.
we're welcome.
Especially
Yes, we're good to do that. The other thing is that there are some funds, and in the fall and in the spring, there are both Phi Theta Kappa regional meetings. The state of Texas being the state of Texas, there are approximately, 4 regions. No, there's more than that. 13 regions, I think, in the country. Texas being Texas, we are our own region. A lot of other regions are multiple states. Texas stands alone. And every fall and every spring, they host a Texas regional meeting. And it's somewhere, obviously, in the state of Texas. Sometimes it could be as far south as Corpus Christi or Brownsville. Sometimes it's in Waco. Sometimes it's in Dallas area. Sometimes it's in El Paso. I mean, literally anywhere in the state. But in the fall, they host what is known as a regional conference. And in the spring, they have the regional meeting where when we do projects and other things and you can get awards for different things, the regional meeting in spring is when they hand out the awards. It's a celebration for about 3 or 4 days. So we have the money that, if not totally, we can at least pay partial cost of attending some of these conferences. And the conferences generally go from Thursday through Sunday. And if you have a Thursday class, then either Jay or I will gladly talk to your instructors and tell them that this is a school-sanctioned event and that you should be given permission to miss a class if necessary on a Thursday. So we can handle that for you. But there will be one meeting in the fall and one meeting in the spring. And then there's also in the spring a international conference. And last year the international conference was at Disney World. Which means I think this year, I haven't looked it up yet.
I haven't either. Usually I start getting emails around this time talking about where they're going to be holding the national conference.
So since it was in Disney World this year, it'll either be somewhere in the Midwest or it'll be in the West because they try to alternate between different parts of the country. But we can attend that as well. So there's a whole bunch of things. Check out the pjcptkarchive.org, the webpage for the organization. There are a bunch of things for you as an individual member. There is something called Competitive Edge. And the Competitive Edge is just something that you do on an individual basis. You fill in there, and it's the type of thing to get you more enthused about Phi Theta Kappa. There are no repercussions if you don't do something, but it's something to show you what Phi Theta Kappa is about. And then the other cool thing on the webpage, if you haven't checked it out, it's called collegefish.org. College Fish lists all the universities in the United States. and you go in and it's a database, and you, what major are you looking at, sir?
Physics.
Great. You would put in physics. And you put in, do you want to attend a school in an urban area, a rural area, a suburban area, all the above. So you would choose that. Do you want it to be a state school or a private school? Do you want it to be student population of over 5,000, between 2,000 and 5,000, or less than 1,000? So you put in that. Do you want to live on campus, or do you need to commute? So you put in your criteria, and then what it does is it looks through the database, and it picks what it thinks are the 3 best schools that meet your criteria. Now you can also say you just want to attend school in Texas, but you can open it up to the entire world, well, all of North America. And there are schools, the Ivy League schools are part of this. And it will tell you that once you think you found a match, you submit interest in that school, College Fish will tell you when the deadlines are coming for applications, when the deadlines are coming for fees, when the deadlines are coming to fill out for scholarships, etc. And they will notify you so you don't miss a deadline to apply for that school. So College Fish is an awesome thing. If you know where you're going to transfer to and you got to transfer to there because of family and other reasons, that's great. But if you can open yourself up to more possibilities, you're young. Let the world take you where it'll take you, if you can. So I think that's an awesome opportunity, and I hope more people take advantage of it. So there's some cool things here. Let's see, we got a minute left. Should I do the same assignment that I gave last year that the students failed miserably at?
Sure.
Okay. You already have your homework assignment. To talk to Paula and all that sort of stuff. For the rest of you, your homework assignment for next Wednesday, even you, is to look in your classes, look in the hallway. We have approximately 1,200 people that attend this campus. Approximately 20% of our students are Phi Theta Kappa eligible or members. So that means there's about 240 Phi Theta Kappa members, roughly, on this campus. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of you. 6.5. 7 of you. Now, as you know in my classes, I'm not good in math. But 7 is not equal to 240. So that means that there's at least 200 people out there that should be in here. So ask people. Say, do you know something about Phi Theta Kappa? Oh, they're nerds. Yeah, cool. Nerd is fun. Be a nerd. Come join us. Tell them what we're going to be doing. Ask them if there's something they're interested in doing. So ask people if they're a member of Phi Theta Kappa, if they want to be, if they know anything about it. Tell them to come. We're meeting here on Wednesdays at 12:20, 12:25-ish. So come and join us. They don't have to come all the time. I'm sorry?
They make some rad posters.
Yep. Yes. We will get on the poster thing. And then the other assignment is be thinking what you want to do. So I know we talked before as far as things like Special Olympics. If there is something that is near and dear to your heart, and it is a nonprofit kind of service type thing that we could possibly get involved in, bring it before this group and say, I'd like for us to ... And if the group says, yep, that sounds like a great opportunity, I love it, we will do it. So be thinking about what kind of things you'd like to see us involved in. Again, just be realistic that if there's 7 to 10 of us here, don't commit us to something that really needs 100 people. We're good, we're the brightest and the best, but we're not quite that bright and that good yet. So those are your 2 assignments. Invite someone, if you have to, conk them over the head, drag them like a caveman down the hallway, bring them in here, so get them here for next week. And 2, think about what we would do, and then you check with Paula and let us know from the other end of the spectrum if everything I just said is wrong and this is what we're doing instead. Is that fair enough? Alrighty, make it to your 1 o'clock class if you have one. Thank you, everybody.